Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Hellbound Season 2, Episode 4. Glad to be there for watching 2 more episodes of Hellbound today. For you, it's not gonna change anything, you know, when I'm watching these episodes and all. I explained it to you. You're gonna have my reaction videos for this new season of Hellbound during 2 weeks, 3 episodes each week. Each time on my Patreon, you're gonna have 1 day of advance, and on Patreon, like always, for shows, you have advantages and disadvantages in the fact that you have them with 1 day of advance, you have them with the full opacity, and you have them with 2 options. With the level 2 you have a longer reaction part, and with the level 3 like that, you have the full reaction part, everything. So if you want disadvantages, you have my Patreon. If you want to support me, you have my Patreon. It's really things which are working like that for Patreon, for how I'm gonna publish these reaction videos for Hellbound. Again, I know that I don't have a lot of views on these videos. I mean, if it's like the season 1, I can imagine that I'm not gonna have a lot of views on it, and I don't care. Like, I just to react to it no matter what, because I can see the quality of this show, not only for how it's filmed, and clearly the first half of this season 2 proved me that again they are filming this show so well, with so many good ideas behind the camera, with the music, which is also so great. I did not remember that during the season 1 the music was that great, but clearly the music is cool. So many fucking good ideas behind the camera for how it's filmed, it's so fucking great, and also for how it's done, edited. The story also is so cool. It's not just the typical horror show, you know, okay, we have creatures killing people and it can be awful, but in fact it's really just a little part of the show, and it's justifying all of the things that the writers want in fact to talk about our societies and the worst that our societies can do when people are afraid. They can really go into a religious thing and really be blind by that. They want to reassure themselves with a face which is gonna comfort them, reassure them, and this is what is happening. I mean, what happened during the season 1 with New Truth. After that, the baby was saved, you know, at the end of the season 1, and New Truth lost a lot of followers, so in fact people went with the Arrowhead group, which offered them another answer, still something religious, still something about because of your sins you are punished, but in fact you can have a redemption by being saved by other ones sacrificed, or by sacrificing yourself. And the last episode, the episode 3, was really great, because it showed all of that. It showed that this show is not really about the characters, about following one character, being so involved with that character that we're gonna love that character so deeply and all. It's not about creating relationship really between people. It's really about the story and the messages of this show. And the fact that the last episode was about someone that we didn't know anything about, and we were discovering how him and his wife, they represent in fact all of what I just said. You know, his wife was so afraid by what the creatures did that she went for New Truth. She believed into the chairman blindly. She was following every word that he was saying. Then he disappeared and she felt lost. Then we had the baby scene and she felt like she was betrayed. She had nothing really to believe into. She felt desperate again. So she had the Arrowhead group offering her something else, something new, so she wants for it even more blindly and being desperate about believing that that's it, it was the solution. She survived to one of the demonstrations when clearly she was not chosen to survive it, thanks to her husband who blocked her during that demonstration, that she only lost her arm. But after that she was killed again, and after that her husband wanted a revenge. That's why he kept his eyes on that place where the chairman could come back to have his revenge, to give him to Sodo's group. We saw that the chairman managed to manipulate him. That was awful to watch. I really thought that he was strong enough to not fall into that trap, and in fact yes, because even if during all of this time he was not involved into all of these different groups, he lost someone that he loved, and at the end he chose to believe into what she believes into and to try still to save this world. He had the impression that he could do it by saving the chairman, because he saw also that Sodo's group is not better in fact than the others group, and that it's really one message of this season 2, the fact that during the season 1 we had the impression that New Truth was bad, the Arrowhead group was bad, but at least Sodo's group, they wanted to save people, to help people, and they were not into all of that. With this season 2 we can see that in fact they are the same. They use people who survived, you know, we had the baby who survived, we had Park who came back from the dead, we had also the chairman who came back from the dead, and they have the baby, we don't know what they did with it. I mean, the public doesn't know what they did with it, and that's suspicious. In fact, surely they are studying the baby, and that's what they are doing in fact. But you know, if I'm putting myself into the shoes of that guy, he knows that the Sodo's group has the baby, but no one has news about that baby, who is now a little girl. And also, by giving the chairman, he had the confirmation that they're gonna investigate him, they're gonna study him, maybe they're gonna kill him. So really, for this guy, the Sodo's group is not better than the others group, and again, he's right with that. And we had also the confirmation of it when Min wanted to do something to save Park. The others were like, to do what with that? Like, no, we have to think about using people, like being focused on the chairman for using him, but why saving Park? To save her? Well, not interested. And I was really with Min during that situation, like that's it, we are like them, we are like them. So that's an important message of that season 2. The last episode was cool for showing all of that, and now the chairman is gonna go with the Arrowhead group, that's what he wants. Park is with New Truth, and the girl, you know, the little girl is with the Sodo's group, so each one of these groups, they have someone who stayed alive, you know, who came back from the dead. They have a symbol that they can use as they want for their own messages. So it's going to be interesting to see truly what they're going to do each one of these groups. We have also the detective who normally is going to lose his daughter during this episode. With the time situation, I think that we're going to be with that. Is she going to see the chairman coming back or not? We'll see. Is she going to know at some point that her dad lied to her? I really hope that no. We'll see. Yes, this show is really great for how it's filmed, this show is really great for how it's written, for the messages put into it. I really, really appreciate it. And also because I began to edit these reaction videos for Hellbound, I saw that in one episode of 40 or 50 minutes, in fact, we don't have a lot of different scenes. We have scenes which are lasting for a long time, and in fact, one episode is 5 or 6 different moments, but that's all. When really, for Believe Your Girl, I'm editing a lot of shows, a lot of animes and stuff like that, a lot of movies also, and normally a show like that, for one episode like that of 50 minutes, you are in at least 20 or 30 different situations, moments. Like, think about it, think about House of the Dragon, you know, Game of Thrones, or shows like that. Normally you are switching into so many different moments, when for Hellbound, a 40 or 50 minutes episode, it's in fact 5, maybe 6 different moments, but that's really all. We are really spending a lot of time with one situation, one moment to really go deep with it, and it's really cool. Okay, let's go for this episode 4. Again, remember that if you want, you have my Patreon on which you have these reaction videos earlier, one day sooner, and you have them with a longer reaction part with the level 2 and with the full reaction part with the level 3, if you can be interested. Let's go for this episode!
네, 저는 뭐 교리야 교수님들께서 잘 알아서 해주실 거라고 믿고요. 제가 부탁드리고 싶은 건 한 가지. 부활자가 직접 발표할 그 대사예요. 그게 중요한데 굉장히 짧고 강렬하면서도 이렇게
No one is gonna truly read the doctrine. Really more about the speech you're gonna give when you're gonna present the doctrine.
무슨 말인가? 네, 말이라는 게 원래 좀 이렇게 아리까리하고 와사무사하고 그러면서도 정말 어디다 갖다 붙여놔도 되는 것처럼 보이는 그런 말들이 정말로 오래 살아남아요. 절대 이해시키려고 하지 마. 이해되는 말 분석당하기 시작하면 경외의 대상이 될 수가 없어요. 아시겠어요?
I do.
그렇게 진행하겠습니다. 네, 계속하시죠.
She's really the marketing communication girl. It's so fun.
차라리 세질레이너부터 나온 거 아닙니까?
He knows.
세질레이너나 소도는 애초에 믿음이 없는 조직이에요.
I thought that it was because you know that they might want to kill you.
지금 이 세상은 광신 때문에 망가져 있는 거예요. 광신으로 망가져 있는 이 세상을 바로잡으려면 하세족 같은 미친 광신도들부터 바로잡아야 돼요.
Are you sincere with that? Clearly that's what he thinks. So he wants to hear. So are you telling him what he wants to hear?
안녕하세요.
네. 오늘은 또 어쩐 일로 오셨습니까?
뭐 좀 여쭤볼 게 있어서 왔어요.
It's her office now.
저희 직원들이 박정자 면담 기록을 좀
You know the
분석을
change of
해봤는데
seats
재밌는
in
게
comparison of their first scene who were right there, the two of them.
갑자기 뜬금없이 헛소리를 잘해야 됩니다. 그나마 저랑도 소통되게 만든 거예요. 내가.
헛소리.
What?
네. 이상길 부의장 녹취록을 보면 이윤이라는 이름이 나와요.
이상길 부의장?
네, 6개월 전에 뇌출혈로 돌아가신 이상길 부의장. 이상길 부의장이 병원에서 돌아가실 때 마지막까지 CPR을 했던 의사 이름이 이윤이에요.
그래서 그게
I'm not sure.
뭐 하고 싶으신 겁니까?
그러니까 박정자가 하는 얘기들이 나 헛소리가 아니라 죽음의 순간을 보는 건 아닌가 그런 생각이 들었어요.
Or maybe during her experience with the creatures, she saw things which are gonna happen in the future. The chairman saw things from the past. Maybe she saw things from the future.
박정자의 지금 상태가 앞으로의 계획에 영향이 있어요?
I don't believe you know that she became
영향은
someone who can predict death of people.
김정식 의장님 만남 기록은 없던데 의장님은 뭐 박정자한테 이상한 얘기 들은 거 없으세요?
About your death?
의장님
나도 헛소리 많이 해서 그 기억이 잘.
그렇게 특별히 의미가 있다는 건 아니고요. 이런 얘기들이 피곤해라. 들어가봐야겠네요. 아니, 제가 여기 오기 전에 박정자를 좀 만나고 왔거든요. 저한테는 뭐 보이는 거 없냐고 제가 물어봤는데 아무것도 안 보인다고 하더라고요.
She's really playing with him, with his nerves. I love it. She's a funny character. Yes, I was gonna say it. It's place for kids stuff, toys.
네,
매니저님, 긴급회의 요청이 왔어요.
About?
지금 어디세요?
저 근처에요. 금방 갈게요.
About the chairman who disappeared again.
나 뭐 좀 물어보려고 왔어요. 말인데 갑자기 무슨 얘기하지 않았나?
무슨 봉황 같은 새, 화려하고 아름다운 풍경, 그런 게 보여요 당신한테서.
정확하게 보지.
정확하게는 몰라요. 그냥 느낌들이라.
I think that the chairman, he remembers really everything about his experience with the creatures. You, it's not the same.
꿈을 보는 건가요? 혹시 그런가 해서 나한테 뭔가 그런 능력이 생긴 건가?
Do you?
그게 언제쯤인지도 보이나?
아니요, 그런 건 전혀 몰라요. 그냥 이미지예요.
나한테서 보인다는 그 풍경이 어떤 분위기지? 나쁜 느낌인가?
아니에요, 나쁜 느낌은 전혀. 오히려 화려하고 위험 있어 보이는 풍경.
오케이.
It's already that, you know? To know that your death is gonna look good.
저 바람비비님과 연락한 해설반 선생님 같은 천은세의 형이라고 합니다.
It's you! Are you sincere about the fact that you want to stop all of this fanatism and all? I'm pretty sure that you're gonna love it again, to be admired, to be in charge.
여기에요. 아, 좋아요. 여기 왔습니다. 회사가서는 남편이란 놈이
The picture is looking so great with the light like that on him.
천은세 형이라고 합니다. 내가 누구도 봐도 과거 일시적인 쾌락을 즐기던 곳에 신의 의도를 따르기 위한 자들이 거기 있다는 게
Can't you recognize him? So? Ah,
정진수 이장님.
all of you on your knees!
제가 얼마나 기다립니다. 제가 얼마나 기다렸는지 아십니까? 대단하네요. 힘들었을 텐데. 제 삶은 이 순간을 위해 존재한 겁니다.
Your most loyal subject.
몸은 괜찮으십니까? 네. 앉으시죠. 할 얘기가 너무 많습니다. 전세혁 씨는 저쪽에서 기다리시죠. 앞쪽에 기다리실 곳을 마련해 놨습니다.
You had to know that you wouldn't be involved into all of that.
근데 제가 꼭 드려야 될 말씀이 아직 남아있는데 저기요?
They looked you in.
저기요? 문 좀 열어주세요.
I thought that they would put him out of the place, you know? Like, we don't need you anymore.
문 열어서 지키고 있어.
To block him?
그보다 박정자 구출 작전에 대해서 더 얘기해 봅시다. 우리 지붕은 빠지겠습니다.
저희도 빠집니다.
상황이 달라졌잖아요. 네?
I'm not so sure anymore now that they want the chairman on their side.
소도가 언제부터 테러 조직이 됐죠?
그러니까 저희는 빠지겠다고요. 우리 테러 조직이 아니고.
If you're doing the same than them,
저 혼자 갈게요. 어차피 그럴 생각이었으니까.
아니요. 임병현 선생은 소도의 상징인데 혼자 가게 둘 수는 없습니다. 이번 구출 작전은 제가 계획을 짜겠습니다.
when?
계획이 완성되면 연락드리겠습니다. 그 부활자라는 박정자 씨를 만나고 싶습니다. 박정자 씨요?
예, 부활자를 의장님이 아니면 누가 만났습니까? 만나셔야죠.
제가 들어온 걸 알면 아마 박정자가 저를 절대 만나지 못하게 할 겁니다.
Mm-hmm.
정부도 새 진리에도 아마 총력전을 나올 거예요.
You want to see her to see what she saw with the creatures.
그리고 세준이가 박정자 씨한테 강요한 거짓된 진리가 아니라 참된 진리를 발표할 겁니다.
So you're gonna want for the Arrowhead group to save her. Min also wants to save her.